All right. Sektor, in case you didn't know, was a raging feminist, right? This is over on Melly Mac over on Twitter. There you go. She says, sadly, this is rampant in the gaming industry. I've seen firsthand many lose a pure soul and fall into this demonic ideology. The industry glorifies it and rewards you for it. I'm so grateful I didn't get consumed by that. It started to take hold, but I broke free. I pray others can too. This industry can make you lose yourself. This is actually true. I've seen, like many years ago, when people were trying to, actually, you know, get her in a gotcha moment and saying, oh, well, you used to support this and you used to support that. People don't understand that, like, you can lose your way. You can find your way back from, you know, really dark places. Some people don't ever, and it sucks. But, you know, just because people make mistakes doesn't mean to say that they're held accountable to that mistake forever. If anyone's watched The Chosen TV series, which is about Jesus Christ, there's this one scene. So you got Mary in it, you know, and she gets saved by Jesus, and then later on in the series, she essentially gets a PTSD moment, and she witnesses somebody under demonic possession, which was what she felt or was under. And anyway, she just completely falls off the wagon. She goes back to the bar. She's getting drunk. And then, you know, they'll obviously, like, the other members of her party, her friends, come and save her, bring her back. And she's crying and she feels so ashamed and stuff in front of Jesus. And Jesus is like, it's okay. I just want you to love me, right? And by loving him, you will make better choices, right? He didn't condemn her. He didn't shame her. He didn't say, well, you had all your chances, bro. Get out, you know. No, he didn't do that, right? And that's who Jesus is. He doesn't glorify or encourage these bad behaviors, but he just wants you with him. That's it. He just wants you with him, right? And to do so, you actually have to cast off these very bad and evil things, right? So, what she's talking about there, I 100% see, right? And it's true. So this was posted. She retweeted this. This was by Kylo Harrison, before and after the woke infection. I mean, you know, she's kind of got a little bit of that smug shit, right? But this is the person, right? And I'd have to double check, but this is the voice actor for Sektor, right? I don't know if she did the facial model. But over here on Cabrutus, this was retweeted by Learning the Law. Cabrutus is the guy that founded the Sweet Baby Inc., or basically the Steam group, to identify all games that had any sort of woke influence whatsoever, either be from Sweet Baby Inc. or other ones. And it says here, always, this is the new protagonist, which is voiced and I believe motion captured by her, or facially at least, in Ghosts of Utah, or whatever it's called. Men enjoy this too much. Time to add girl power. Now, doesn't that apply to Mortal Kombat? You look at Mortal Kombat, right? Now, women have always been able to play it. It's never been a man-only thing. This is what some of these women get really confused at. Nobody said that you couldn't play it. Nobody said anything of the sort. What we're saying, and what we've always said, not men in general, is that if you've got an established franchise or something, product, if you will, and you just come in with your woke feminist bullshit ideology and try to change it, then people are going to have a problem with that. Because the reason why we all fell in love with it, including the people that probably even started playing it before they wanted to change it, was because of what it was, right? And then when you change it, and then the men go, hey, what are you doing, right? Then we get called ists and phobes and all that sort of stuff, right? Scrolling down a little bit more, this is more her name is Erika Ishii. What the hell is her problem? This is a Ghost of Utah's protagonist, the face of the game and voice actor, and again, Sektor in the Chaos Reigns expansion. This is what she says. You show your Razor asked the talented Asian American actors on a certain big franchise that is finally casting ethnically appropriately. I will boot you from my community so fast, I swear. Well, boy, oh boy, I do have a follow-up video for you. Right? Because as was pointed out by a comment in one of my videos, shout out to them. I can't remember the name. My bad. Because while Cyrax's voice actor is black, right? She's black. Sounds like a beautiful woman. There'll be an interview I'll be able to show you. She doesn't sound African. She just sounds Canadian or American, right? So this actually kind of proves how actually racist they are. They just see skin color and go, you need to be in this role. Yet you may not even have the accent for that role authentically, right? As in like naturally have your accent. So if you obviously went to Africa, they would have natural African accents, right? But anyway, I'll save that for another video, right? Apparently the same person received up to $90,000 to travel to Japan to kiss someone, right? Thinks the police should be gotten rid of, blah, 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 right? Talks about privilege. She can run around because of her color of it. Like, this is... You wonder why many of us have been pointing this out for a long time. Now, some people will argue and go, well, Sweet Baby Inc. isn't listed on Mortal Kombat. Yeah, what? How the hell do we know that they didn't scrub that so that way they wouldn't be labeled under the same banner as everything else? That or the fact that they have their own internalized, DEI departments that they obviously are not going to tout. Particularly now it is becoming essentially so nuclear and so, just it is literally like, Chernobyl at this point. Let's just avoid it at all costs. And thank God, right? Don't get it twisted, thank God, right? That it's happening. But this is how bad it is, right? And apparently she's in the new Dragon Age, right? Like, and she's got all the pronouns. She's got everything, apparently, right? I mean, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? Now, as far as Mortal Kombat goes, we didn't have, I mean, it was surprising, actually, that they actually showed her affection towards Bihan, right? But, you can see stuff like this, and you're like, what? I'm sorry, are we supposed to respect you? Really? Really? This is what we're supposed to respect you for? When you write shit like the highlighted part. Are you serious? Right? We've also seen, we have seen, right? We actually have seen. There's something going around at the moment where they openly admit that they just want to destroy the gaming industry. I've been saying this for a very long time. Woke ideology, forced DEI, all this sort of stuff. They try and gaslight you. They try and prey on emotions. Ultimately, it is stuff that is extremely and unequivocally toxic and anti-human nature, anti-living, anti-everything that's normal and natural, because they themselves view the world through a twisted lens. And therefore, we end up with the slop and the garbage that we do get in our games. And that's why it's all falling apart. Certainly recently Ubisoft come out and announced apparently Star Wars Outlaws is underperforming. They've just postponed the launch of spitting everywhere, Assassin's Creed Shadows until next year, right? I mean, this is all happening for a reason, because it is now starting to become genuinely rejected of this type of stuff, because the activists conned the gaming studios and places like NetherRealm that this is the future. This is the future of gaming. This is how it is. We need to be this. We need to be that. Right? And yet, we kept telling people it's toxic. It's damaging to your brand. Right? And now it's going to take a lot more effort and work for these companies to crawl, like to claw back the fan bases that they have lost because of it. Right? So when people say, oh, Mortal Kombat doesn't have this stuff, she's literally the voice of Sektor. And from what I can tell, especially with the expansion, probably the face capture as well. It looks like it. Almost looks like her. So I wouldn't be surprised. Right? Anyway, guys, catch you next time.